Let's turn attention to security concerns now. The police have asked British national Andrew Wynne to present himself and clear his name after he was declared wanted on charges of terrorism and attempting to overthrow the government. Mr. Wynne, on his part, says he's ready to respond to the police invitation, but protests should not be treated as treason. There is more in this report.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Tuesday issued a warrant for the arrest of Mr. Andrew Wynne, Lucky Obiyan and Musa Abdullahi on alleged offences of treason and inciting mutiny. The expert order was granted after the police declared Mr. Wynne wanted. The police also challenged him to report and clear his name. Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi, who spoke to newsmen on Tuesday, insists that a virtual interaction as proposed by the suspect for alleged subversion and terrorism financing would not hold water.
We have been able to get, ordinarily he's a very genuine person. We went to invade that bookshop. As he has questions, as he come out. If you have a genuine business, are you not going to have police now? What have you got to do in my shop, in my office? Up till now, he has not shown up. We have been able to trace his private school. We have visited his school and he's shown up. We have interrogated staff, people working with him, as he's shown up. So where is he and why is he hiding and speaking from hiding that he has no case to answer? Like I said, it is not a subject of debate or argument. We have done what we should as a responsible security institution. We have established an offense or offenses against him. And we have even declared him wanted.
The police spokesman stressed that the wanted suspects infiltrated the recent protests with the intention of turning them into uprisings for a regime change. Mr. Wynne was also accused of operating a bookshop as cover for his activities.
We're now being joined on TVC News at 7 by the man in the eye of the storm, Andrew Wynne. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Wynne. On Monday, you were declared wanted by the Nigeria Police Force, and the allegation is simple. You're said to be building a network of sleeper cells to topple the country's government and plunge the nation into chaos. Tell us what you know about this, and when are you going to turn yourself in?
I don't know anything about this. It's just a moderately, perhaps, interesting story. It's utter buncombe. I am completely and utterly innocent of any crime. I've been visiting Nigeria for 25 years. I've been running the bookshop in the NLC offices for 7 years. And quite correctly, the security forces have had no interest in me whatsoever for all that time. They have absolutely no evidence against me because the allegations are completely and utterly untrue.
Well, we just listened to the Force Public Relations Officer who said that the police, as a responsible institution, have some evidence. But, you know, that as an aside. But there are debates, Mr. Wynne, over your real name. We'll get to that, Mr. Wynne.
They need to provide evidence. So the police have provided zero evidence because they do not have any. So first, we need to ask, what is the evidence?
But do you think that will be in public domain? Wouldn't that be presented when you appear in a law court? Isn't that the way it should be?
Maybe they should suggest what evidence they have. Maybe they should try and contact me. They have never tried to contact me. They allowed me to leave the country. They made absolutely sure I was not in the country before they named me on Monday. Why did they wait a month to name me? And, you know, should I give myself in? I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, I need to get a visa if I'm coming back to Nigeria. The person who works in the bookshop was beaten up and tortured for 3 days last week by the police. He is now on remand in Kuje prison and sleeping on the floor. And you say, why do I not want to join him? Would you like to join him?
Well, the police has declared you wanted, and it says that it actually has documentary evidence that your Eva Valley bookshop located at the NLC offices, like you mentioned earlier, and the established Stars of Nations schools are actually serving as a cover for what they call your subversive activities. And you were said to have mobilized and deployed several billions of naira to your Nigerian collaborators, urging them to mobilize the public to violently storm police facilities, military barracks, anticipating a bloodbath that, could instigate international condemnation. What's your defense?
Well, as I've said, there's no relation to reality. It might be quite an interesting script for a film about spies, but in terms of reality, they have absolutely no evidence. So why, I've allegedly paid billions of naira. So why can they not provide a single transaction to back up those ludicrous stories? It's a complete and utter buncombe.
Mr. Wynne, when you say the police has no evidence, evidences are usually not bandied in the media, whether social or mainstream media. Usually they are presented before a court of competent juries adjudicating over whatever case is before them. So are you looking to turn yourself in to clear your name? And because as it is now, you may just be on global surveillance and you need to clean up your name and image. Well, another issue here, another concern here, Mr. Wynne, is the debate over your real name. It said that you are Drupovic. There are those who say your real name is Andropovich. Police refer to you as Andrew Wynne. Which of this really is your real name?
What do you mean by real? The name on my passport?
What's the name on your passport or any other name by which you are known?
The name on my passport is Andrew Martin Wynne. At Eva Valley Books, they know me as Drew Povey. We all have nicknames. We are all known by different names. I assume your children call you Mummy. If you were my age, your grandchildren would call you Grandma. We all have many different names. It's not an issue.
Well, you believe that's not an issue. But then, what's next for you, Mr. Wynne? You may be on global watch list and you need to clean up your name like I mentioned earlier. And by the way, where exactly are you?
I'm not on any global watch list. The police have not reported me to Interpol because they do not want to be made a laughingstock. If you get reported to Interpol, you have to provide some backup documentation that a crime has actually been committed. So, no, I'm not in Nigeria. As planned, I left Nigeria on August the 4th on a ticket that I purchased 2 months prior to that. I did not run. I left Nigeria as planned on the 4th of August. Why was I not arrested before then? You have to ask the police. Because one of my alleged accomplices was arrested 20 hours before I left the country, and not the alleged ringleader, because they don't have any evidence, and it's more embarrassing for them to have me tortured and sitting in a Nigerian prison. So they chose for me to leave the country. They chose to wait until they were certain that I had left the country before they issued my name, before they issued my picture. So if they wanted to capture me, why did they wait a month before putting that information in the public domain? I don't know. Of course I don't know. But my assumption is that in reality, The last thing they wanted to do was to catch me.
Well, we'll look forward to, hearing from you again. Perhaps if you at some point change your mind or somehow you're able to agree a deal with the Nigeria police, which at this time insists you are on a wanted list. Andrew Wynne, thank you very much for talking to us on TVC News.
But why don't they
7.
talk to me? I contacted them on WhatsApp and they stopped the conversation. They don't want to contact me. They have no interest in me. Why should they? I'm a retired accountant. I'm 70 years old. Why would they have any interest in me?
Well, look ahead to how, this pans out in the days ahead. Thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7.
Okay, it's my pleasure. Thank you.